it's me, Special News Correspondent Johnny Woodrow, bringing you the Special News Update. As soon as Buck Flowers entered the scene, the gang left the scene, making their way north towards Innsmouth. However, before they could even get to Bolton, they realized that Buck's entourage were tailing them. In a ploy to sabotage their pursuers, they invited them out to breakfast, where they distracted them and stuffed gauze in their tailpipes and drove off into the morning, not knowing the chaos and madness that would await them in Innsmouth. This time on Thin Dice.
And as you're pulling into the city, the first thing that you realize is that this town's roadways are just not prepared for people. They're horribly kept. They're all like cobble roads. There's like no parking whatsoever. You can pull to the side of the road. That's basically it. The houses are all just abandoned looking, kind of crooked and sideways. Broken out windows with roofs that look like they're either about to cave in or legitimately are caved in. You do pass by at least one building that seems more well put together than others, and this would be, I guess it'd be a history check to see if any of you recognize what this is.
I'll give it a shot.
There's Walter.
What? I'll give it a try.
It's an invitation for everyone.
With all the failures, the only thing I will be willing to give is that you do see a sigil on the sign, and it's pretty faded. But as they're a thing, it's a Freemason lodge. You can see the little sigil. It's very fucking faded.
Oh.
But you recognize their little insignia. But you keep going, driving about. You get some weird stares from the like two citizens you ever see, who both of them are the ones that you see are kind of wide-eyed looking at you, hunched over, just hobbly messes of a human being.
Ew.
Yannik just gives him like this simple head nod.
You don't suppose Innsmouth was a leper colony at one point, do you?
You really don't want to say that out loud, friend.
We're in a car. Just keep the windows rolled up.
I'm thinking it a little.
Yeah, I feel like what that cab driver said the other day may have been not as exaggerated we may have thought.
Same.
I wasn't denying whether or not it was valid. I'm just saying.
Well, anyway, let us continue on in.
You drive through the very maze-like streets for a while, and it's Gilman House. Gotta find the Gilman House.
Yeah.
And after maybe a half hour of just kind of navigating the roads, you do see a little two-story building that's a little bit less disheveled than the rest. It has like those saloon like front doors, the swinging doors, and you pull up beside it, put yourself in park. By now, after all the driving, the breaks for like a breakfast to the break for lunch, I would assume, it's probably like 1-ish, give or take, with all the roadways you had to travel.
That's not too bad.
Honestly, I've probably exaggerated the amount of time it would have to take, but I didn't actually do any trip calculating, so that's on me.
Well, whatever it is, it's in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's in the afternoon by now. You walk inside. At the counter is this absolutely ancient-looking woman. It's distressing. You feel like you see her, and Yannik, all you can think is, she needs medical help. But she just kind of looks to you guys and just like unblinkingly staring at you as you walk in.
Yeah, I'm the crypt keeper.
Hello, ma'am. We're, as you can see, new to the town. I believe that there may have been some kerfuffle. We do potentially have a reservation under a Mr. Mayweather.
She slowly turns to look at you and then reaches for an obvious like logbook for this kind of stuff. It flips through the pages super slowly, and then looks down, then looks back up and kind of nods her head. And then she walks over to a wall with a bunch of keys on it, obviously for the rooms, grabs one from the collection, brings it over, and hands it to you without a word. And on the key, it's a little key ring, and it has a 202 on it for your room number.
Thank you,
Well,
Fraulein.
thank you kindly, ma'am.
Just slowly nods her head.
Cool. Well, thank you for your service. He backs away real slowly, back to the other two.
She watches you as you leave.
Yannik nods his head before walking out, and then immediately whispers to the other two, I'm not sure if I was staring at a live human being or a live skeleton for a moment, and it made my senses as a doctor very perturbed.
It was very uncomfortable to look and speak to her, and I don't think she blinked even once for that entire exchange.
No, she blinked. It was very slow.
Like a sloth. You make your way upstairs to kind of engage yourselves in the room real quick. Get your stuff put down, ready yourselves. As you're walking along the hall, now mind you, this place, it may be a hotel, sure, but it's very small. There's probably like 6 rooms up here and maybe like another 6 on the bottom floor. This is not meant to be like a massive place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small hotel.
Using the word hotel is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, it's the Gilman house, not the Gilman hotel.
It's a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, kind of really.
Yeah.
But as you're making your way down the hall on the second floor, roll me listen checks.
Ooh, I'm not
Oh,
too
boy.
bad at those.
Listen checks? Alright. I have listened somewhere.
That's drive order.
How do we keep clicking the wrong thing?
What the
Oh,
fuck is happening?
Okay, hold on. I was moving and it must have accidentally clicked, but yeah, sorry.
Damn, Gregory!
I was trying to find...
Damn, Walter!
trying to find listen on this phone.
Wow.
Guys!
That's the American boys high. Oh shit!
Bruh.
All of our heads swivel at once.
We are always hard. We are always hard.
I almost choked up my root beer. Alright, so, walking down the hall, you don't have to go too far. You only have to... Honestly, you don't really have to walk down the hall at all, because you got, like, room 201 on your left, room 202 on your right. But you can hear a very faint crying coming from one of the other rooms. And with your 2 hard successes, it sounds like a kid is crying.
Oh, you boys hear that?
Yes.
I don't like this place. I really don't. This is quite possibly the worst place that I've ever had a vacation.
This isn't a vacation, though.
I feel like maybe we should, I don't know, check in or something. If a kid's crying, that doesn't sit well with me.
Same. Let's at least be friendly and go check.
A polite knock doesn't hurt.
Alright, you go over. It's room 403. It's technically adjacent to your room.
Wow, that's right now.
Do you go into your room?
I think I at least opened the door and look inside.
Yeah, just to put stuff up.
Actually, I lied. It's 403. It would not be adjacent. It's like perpendicular to it. So it'd be like across the hall and one to your right. Give or take. 404 is the one that's adjacent to you. Mabby.
You said 404?
I'm pretty sure the naming conventions of rooms is that the 404 would imply it's on the 4th floor.
Or I said 404 because the fucking programming error 404. It's 204. Sorry.
Fucking Jarrod had a 404.
Yeah, we're on 202 is our room number.
Yeah, it doesn't even go up to 3. It's a 2-story place. You go over to 203, and you say one of you's gonna knock on the door.
Shave and a haircut. 2 bits.
Fuck you.
It returns.
That's just gonna be a running joke. That's just gonna be my response to it every time.
What can
You
I say
hear-
to all of a time?
I'm gonna hit you with this bottle I'm holding. I don't know how much damage it'll do, but you deserve it.
It's gonna have your name on it.
Hey, just in case, do write my name on it.
I'll make sure to get the Sharpie for it. Anyway, you shave and a haircut, 2 bits on it.
Shaving a haircut.
Gregory
fuck you.
has a moment of absolute rage, and you hear a quiet voice on the other side of the door, kind of silently respond. Who is it?
Room service?
Roll a fast talk.
Excuse me,
You
but
really have to let me do the fast talk.
I mean,
it's my one thing.
It's literally his thing.
I mean, it's also my thing too. I'm not bad at it.
I'm 70. Is my problem though.
I have 50.
I have 40 in it.
Ah,
79.
That's true. I would have failed that one too.
The voice says, "Go away then, I don't need room service."
would it be more comforting to know that we're not room service?
Where's is this like a female or a male voice?
It's certainly a young person. It's hard to tell the gender just because of how young the voice is.
We apologize. Look, we just heard some crying. We were just wondering if something was wrong. You don't want to talk or anything? That's fine. We just wanted to make sure that everything was okay.
Give me your persuasion, boy.
I don't really love these.
You really have. Persuasion has been your game.
It's 2 points lower than my fast talk now, so it's pretty good.
It did level up last time, so.
Oh shit! Extreme success. I have the voice of God.
Walter's like,
All right, Neolithotep, slow your roll.
Walter Silvertongue.
honestly, the crying kind of slows down a bit, and you hear some shuffling in the room, and then the door slowly opens up, and there's probably like 12, 13-year-old girl at the most in the room, and she's like, who are you?
Walter doesn't not give his usual overly polite "Hello, my name is Walter King." He just goes, "Oh, hi, my name's Walter. I'm new to town."
Hi, Walter. And your friends?
Yannik gives a very polite smile and he goes, "You can call me Yanni."
You talk funny.
My name is Gregory. You can call me.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is unfortunately sticking for you.
He gangsters aren't allowed, but children are fine.
It's a kid. I can't not
Yeah.
do that.
She's like, well, I'm Victoria. Sorry, was I being a little loud?
No, you were fine. We have very keen ears, and we just heard. Is something the matter, Victoria?
Well, today's been a bit weird. I'm sorry. Where are my manners? Do you want to come in or something?
Yeah, I suppose.
Hey, I have a question.
I have an answer.
How does she look per se?
She's actually immaculately dressed. This is a kid in fine attire. Her hair is done up and everything. She is put together.
And she just for a mental image, we just is this black hair, blonde hair, or
Red hair.
red hair?
Aw.
Just another question, because just from what we've heard of the cabin in Innsmouth and the old lady downstairs, does she look odd at all, or does she just look just like a 12-year-old girl?
Just looks like a 12-year-old kid.
Okay, I thought I just had to ask.
She's pretty normal. The weirdest thing is the fact that she's actually very well dressed.
It's odd, but it's not ridiculous.
Yeah.
Guess 3 adults will go into a child's room.
All right, real life moment, kids, and by kids I mean not kids. Don't do this.
This is a work of fiction.
Different time period and work of fiction.
Don't do this at home.
Anyway, back to the story. You're in there with little Victoria.
No, sir. I don't like it.
Is there a place to sit down, or do we just kind of stand?
Yeah.
There's a bed, there's a decent chair and a couple of stools.
I'll let Victoria sit where she wants, and I'll sit on a stool if I have to, but I'm alright just to stand.
She kind of jumps up and sits on the bed.
So, where are your parents or your guardians or whatever?
Oh, they're probably still over in Saugus. You ever been to Saugus?
Saugus? What's Saugus?
I haven't had the pleasure, I would say.
It's a little bit, I think, it's south of Boston.
Huh, I'm not sure I'm familiar.
I'm still learning a little bit of the area.
Yeah, well, if you need a little bit of help, I've been studying geography of the area. It's what Patricia's been teaching me.
Patricia?
Oh, you've been studying geography?
Yeah.
Oh, how much do you know?
Well, I'm currently working on the local, this place. So I've been like learning different cities in the Massachusetts area, but I'm hoping someday that I could like become a cartographer or something. It's like maps are so
Wow.
fascinating. I love them.
That's very good. Yannik is actually genuinely excited.
So, who is this Patricia lady? She's someone downstairs, or?
Oh, she's like my nanny.
Mm.
She went off to get something this morning, and she hasn't come back, and I'm sorry, I was just getting a little bit lonely and scared. I don't like being alone up here. This place it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I'm assuming then that you're not a resident here.
Oh no, I was up in Maine with my cousins. We were doing we were doing a little bit of camping, and we were having fun. But then Patricia came. She picked me up, and we were coming back home. And well, we stopped here yesterday, and now she's just not here. I mean, she should be back any minute now. She just was going to get something for us to eat, but it's been so long.
So she went out for cigarettes and never came back, huh?
Jesus, Greggy.
I elbow this gangly fuck.
Yannik looks at Greggy with the disdain.
I take that. I just sort of like collapse on the bed for a minute.
Yannik then does like, you know, the parent thing where he gets down on the knee with like, you know, the hands over the knee and goes, "Well, would you like us to go see where she is to tell her that you're worried about her?"
Could you? I can't. That seems like a lot to ask. I mean, I just met you and all, and you seem like nice people.
I mean, look, we're staying here for a little bit, and we're honestly doing a little bit of private investigating. So we're actually going to be moving around this town quite a bit. So, you know, it can be something to do on our to-do list while we're here.
And where I come from, we have a bit of a saying that little crying girls such as you, it should not happen. Little girls like you should be smiling and worrying, and more importantly, studying about the maps. And he does like the little poke in the shoulder to cheer her up.
That is a very strange and oddly specific saying.
I'm like, that was funny.
It sounds better in German.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, Yannik does like the little poke to make her cheer up
Squeak toy.
on the shoulder.
Yeah, the boop. Boop the child. Don't boop the child.
Please don't boop the child. That's how you end up in prison.
God damn it. I knew this is the same thing as when I chose the black rights of all the damn books. I was like, there's going to be a child with a problem, and I know if when the party meets it, things are going to fall apart.
They have. But regardless, we can look into it for you. I mean, do you know where she could have been? You said she was just going to get you something to eat, right?
Yeah, honestly, in the other towns it only took her like a half hour or so, but well, I think she's been gone for almost like 4 now.
That's a little worrisome.
If you can help, my father in Saugus, he works at an iron mill, and he makes good money. He could probably pay you a little bit. I can't pay you myself. I don't have anything, but
Obviously.
We weren't expecting anything like that, but we'll look into it.
Yes, consider it generosity from kind
Well,
fellows.
thanks. Well, I guess I'll be here. Do you know like how long something like this would take? You say you're private investigators. Have you done this before?
We're very new to the profession, I will admit, but we had
It shouldn't take too long.
it doesn't take too long. Remember last time? It took us a full day and we killed a guy.
You've killed a guy, and now you've chased the suspect all the way to this city. Never even closed the first case. You're opening a second.
I mean, we did a heist, but that's not really private investigating.
Ended with burning down a building.
Not on purpose, but
Burning
kind of
down
on
the
kind
house.
We didn't start the fire. Actually, yes, we did, and it was totally arson.
We do not want to get sued.
You can use 5 seconds, and it was parody.
Okay, so
Anyway,
with that, I assume you guys unless you have any questions for little Victoria here, are going to...
Actually, Victoria,
yes?
that way we can know, what does Patricia look like?
Oh, she's, like, real tall, and, she's, African-American. She's been serving my family for, like, 30 years or something. She's real nice.
Anything else? Like...
And she usually keeps her hair up in a bun.
That's good.
I think she was wearing a blue shirt today.
Well, look, we're in room 202. We'll come back at some point today, and if we find Patricia, we'll let you know. But if we don't, and we'll keep searching, of course. But if you need anything, we'll be here.
Okay.
And if there's anything that seems weird or out of place, you can come to us, and we can try to help you.
Okay. It might be a bother, but do you have any food on you? I haven't eaten all day.
That hurts me so much.
My heart literally just sank right now.
Is there did it seem like there was food? The lady was selling food at the Gill house.
Oh, downstairs? God, no.
Fuck. We just had breakfast.
Yannik looks at the gentleman. I think we can make a quick detour to pick up some snacks for later tonight, and I think a little for you.
Thank you very much.
The only thing that I have to eat is this pack of gum.
Oh my god, the pack of gum's coming into play.
You can't eat the gum.
Yeah, I know.
Don't swallow it. Takes 7 years to digest.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is.
As we all agree.
Glad we're in unison, gentlemen.
Alright, so get ready. We'll leave, and I think we'll check out our room. I just want to give it a once-over, see if there's anything weird about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to give a spot hidden of the room.
I'll dive in on that.
I better level up spot hidden. I've rolled so much today.
You only have to succeed once. Fuck
Hey.
me. Fuck me.
Walter King with the eyes.
Good job.
He's just really on point today.
It's my glasses.
I think I've rolled a 70 for every time I've rolled anything related to spot hidden.
Ah.
And the German.
Oh!
You know what? I know exactly how this goes with that natural one.
I give a good, spot hidden, I know what's up, but Yannik takes it a step further.
Sweet Christ.
Hey Zev, how does it feel to get the first critical success of the campaign?
I know. What a badass. So
Hold on,
Yannik, what you notice...
Can I just say I have a pair of gloves in my doctor's bag? And I just take them out, put them on, and I just do the finger wipe first.
I don't think...
Just going
Let
through
him
everything.
describe first.
You check for dust. Prints. No, I know exactly how this natural one works. It's funny saying natural one in a good context. You are the last one through the door to get into the room, and you close the door, and the first thing you do, you go to close the bolt to lock it. There are no locks on this door. And that just strikes you as weird. And you open the door, and you go across the hall, you just go for the handle, and the door just opens. There are no locks on any of the doors in this building. You would also notice where, the little chain bolt that you could, draw to hold the door chained closed? Where those usually would be, you can see where the bolts were. It's obviously been removed. So it was there at one point. So, anything that you could use to lock your door doesn't exist.
Cool. Adding this to notes in all caps.
What the fuck? I'll write that. Gill house. There are no locks on the doors.
Bad Yelp review.
Are there any windows in here? In the
There is a window in your room, yes. But looking it over with the spot hidden, besides that, it's a pretty normal room.
Upon noticing that, he goes, "Actually, I feel like one of us will have to stay because there are no locks. Period."
Which way does the door open? Does it open outward or does it open inward?
Inward.
Okay, cool. All right, gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're going to move the furniture into the doorway when we sleep, if we sleep here.
Alright, well, I think no one leave anything in this room. ever.
If you value it, don't leave it.
We might also want to move Victoria in here.
I mean, her room, yeah, because her room wouldn't have any locks either then.
Yeah, I assume with a nat 1, you also just go to her room and just quietly open the door and just look at no locks. And it's like, don't worry, just checking. Don't mind me.
Would you like to stay with us?
Yeah, I wanted you to say that. Adam, we want to say that out aloud. Hey, do you want to convince the 12-year-old girl to stay in a room with full grown-ass men during the night?
Do you want to sleep with Uncle Yanni and Greggy?
Can I call the police on myself?
Yeah, can I?
I feel... I'm feeling less like Jarrod from the podcast and more like Jarrod from Subway, and I don't like that.
Hey, his name's spelled different. There's some consolation.
Hey everyone, it's me, editor, producer, and player of Gregory Feldman, Adam. This podcast is brought to you by the internet. That's right, we are sponsored by the entire internet. I would like to greatly thank Caleb Hennessy, the music composer that produced a good amount of the music that was used in today's podcast. He's done the music at the beginning, the music at the intermission, and a good bit more that will be used coming up. I personally love his music, and you can also find those tracks that I used on his YouTube at Caleb Hennessy, or you can find them on his Bandcamp, which the specific tracks that I used will be credited down below in the descriptions if you're curious. I'd also like to thank Zapsplat for hosting their music and audio library, which I have used to do some of the sound design and Foley work and whatnot, but hey, that's enough about all that. Let's get back to the action.
You've just finished investigating your room. I'll give you one extra thing. Don't know if it'll come into play, but I'll give it to you. Your window, which you can open by the by, there is a pipe just outside of it that if you really needed to, you could use to help climb out and not hurt yourself from the fall.
Okay, that's good.
So,
Yippee.
there's your free bonus.
Thank you.
Everyone gets one.
Everyone gets one. You've done your investigation of the building, well, the room. Where do you want to go to next? You've got like a lead and a half in the concept of the Marsh refinery, and
I was going to say, remember our door has no locks, so
We'd probably just put the bed in front of the door.
I was going to say, or we could just have a thing where someone stays with Victoria to keep her company, so that way, we can go get the snacks, that way she can eat, then we actually start the full-on investigation.
We'll leave someone with the gun here. That sounds like a good idea.
It's because we don't have, locks for the door.
so you're leaving people person Walter King to watch after the child while you two go running errands.
Yanni and Greggy gating
Cool.
Sammy's.
If Victoria's okay with it, I'll just stay in the room.
Yeah, you have a gun.
We left the man with a gun with the
I
child.
feel like this is a kidnapping.
We're not kidnapping, we're kids sitting.
Yeah, you can just sit there.
Yeah.
If you wanna,
If we move them to the next room, technically that would be a kidnapping.
True. So, Yanni and Greggy, since you're off doing things, if Walter has anything he wants to do, speaking with Victoria,
I mean, I think
tell me.
I think he'll mostly just make some idle chit chat, kind of trying to keep our focus on other things. But I will ask. So, Victoria, why were you placed here in Innsmouth anyway?
Oh, we were on our way back from Maine, and we just kind of stopped here. We heard that it was an interesting city or something, and it's kind of my fault. I was asking Patricia if we could stop here before heading home, and well, now she's just gone.
Okay, so you went with your parents at the time. It was just you and Patricia.
Yeah, no, my parents are still in Saugus.
So so you were coming back from Maine, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing up there?
Oh, I was camping with my cousins.
Your parents leave you with Patricia often, or?
It was just a thing to save a little bit of money to pay for one ticket to just send Patricia to pick her up from Maine and then bring her back.
And Victoria also stayed in Innsmouth, basically.
Yeah, because she thought the town sounded interesting.
It's certainly interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this town.
Okay, I think that's mostly what I wanted to ask, so I'll let you go back to them now.
We'll pan over to the others who are walking through the labyrinthian streets of Innsmouth, trying to find a general store.
If I were a general store, where would I be?
I wouldn't know, but let's keep an eye out. Maybe if we see a local, we can ask them.
Oh boy. If you want to keep an eye out for locals, give a spot hidden, because they are not going to want to be caught by you in public. Your chance for making another success.
Oh, okay. My mouse acted up, so that's why it double-clicked.
That is a shame.
It's a frequent occurrence here.
Fortunately, it was a failure.
Always take the first result.
What about Greggy? You're going to be Greggy for the rest of the session.
Oh!
Hey.
Hard success. So, you, Greggy, while you pass by an alleyway, you look down it and you see some fellow sitting in a pile of garbage drinking from a whiskey bottle. Quite obviously.
Well, I think I found the wild one.
The wild one?
A wild one. Why don't we ask that individual over there?
Fair enough. Yannik will, kind of pull the vehicle to a
Actually, I didn't know you took the vehicle.
I didn't realize we were driving. Yeah, I didn't either. I've been kidnapped.
I thought you would have just walked.
Okay, no. In that case, yeah, we would have walked.
That way, save you a little bit of gas.
Yeah. It was an automatic assumption.
Yeah, might be. But you go off to this fella, and you kind of stand over him, and he kind of blinks a bit, looking up at you. And he's an older fella, probably like late 60s, 70s, give or take. And he kind of squints at you guys. He's like, "Who in the hell are you?
Hey, can you put...
You don't look like them Innsmouth types."
You're correct.
Are you not an Innsmouth type?
Do I look like an Innsmouth type?
No, my man, you do not.
Damn Skippy. The fuck you doing in my alleyway?
What are you doing in the alleyway?
He holds up the bottle. Drinking.
Suppose as good an answer as anything.
Well, we are trying to find a general store.
Yeah, there's one, in a direction. He just kind of, like, does a circle.
Yannik is going to pull out his box of cigars. Probably only has, like, a couple left.
Yeah.
He's gonna take one out and he goes, "Well, I'll let you have one of these." Pulls it out. If maybe this could help jog your memory.
Give me a persuasion with a bonus die on top of it.
Nice.
Woo!
Still not enough.
With the bonus,
Aw.
it is...
Aww.
45.
Damn it.
A shame. He shakes his head. Nah, stuff dilutes the drink, if you ask me. Now, maybe later, but, like, right now, I'm still drinking, so I don't want to dilute my drinking, you know?
Could I offer you a pack of gum?
Roll persuasion with the penalty die.
This is fair.
God damn it. Watch this. If this succeeds, and then watch it now.
69.
Nice.
Nah, it already failed.
Nice.
The pack of gum stays in during
That stays
sex.
in.
Nice.
That stays in.
That was just really fucking funny to me. What about some chewing gum? Really?
You get the menthol flavor, but without the smoking inhalation.
I'm glad you failed that one.
69.
Yeah.
Nice.
He takes a real long, like, draft from the bottle, and then kind of looks to you guys again from his, like, trash throne. So, like, can I help you guys? I mean, you just show up in my alley talking about, like, the general store or something. You think I go shopping here?
Well, you got the alcohol somewhere.
Yeah, and you think they sell alcohol in a general store?
Not anymore, no.
No, we are...
During the Prohibition.
Well...
You're clearly connected.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, I'm slightly annoyed with the Prohibition. I come from a different area.
Anyway, I do have another question for you.
Yeah, I could tell with the speaky conundrum.
You haven't happened to see
Yeah?
a woman in a blue shirt, have you?
What's... Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I see a lot of people pass my alleyways.
I don't know much about how much things cost. How much does that cost right there? And I point to his bottle.
Yeah, I don't know. Money? It's not like I paid for it.
You're telling me you just stumbled across a bottle of rock gut on the random side of the street and you're just drinking it? I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised.
I wouldn't say I stumbled across it.
Yannik gives this slow head nod of realization.
How much? Hypothetically, say. Hypothetically, say you did happen to see someone, African American woman, hair up in a bun, blue shirt. I'm gonna slip him $5.
Give me a persuasion with a bonus die.
Yep.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
cool. Double nice. That's very cool.
Oh.
Oof.
Kind of wish I was there now.
Well, they weren't expecting to begin the investigation. They thought they were going to go grocery shopping.
Yep.
Yeah, they haven't even found the grocer.
Shut up.
The old man just takes another swig. He's like, nope. I know how bribes work these days.
What are you, a lawman?
You bribe me, I tell you I saw something which I did not, and then I disappear. That's how this town works, see? And that's why I'm still alive, because I know what to say and what not to say.
Yannick's just gonna look at Walter and he just goes,
Excuse me?
let us just continue on. Walter, let's just
Excuse
continue
me,
on
who's
our
Walter?
way." He's...
You're staring off
Gregory.
in the forlorn distance,
My-
speaking to Walter through his mind.
I take sanity damage in real life.
God damn it.
I was like, what's the excuse me? Oh no.
Anyway, Gregory, let's just go on our way. He's a waste of time.
Yeah. Although
Yeah, you...
I'm kind of just sort of just like I am up like that's a very strange thing to say.
If you want, you could roll a psychology to see if you can, glean anything from him.
Yeah,
That's a skill!
I know. I look. Let's see here. Here we go. Nope.
You know what?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, is he speaking in code? It's probably just some crazy old man, probably already way too drunk to really be of any use. So you get on your way, unless you want to, harass the old man some more.
I have point psychology. Why am I not there?
I mean,
Nope.
I do have intimidate, and it's pretty high.
So do I.
But I don't really want to push my luck right now.
Same.
What's your intimidate?
30.
Your intimidate. Mine's 45.
Do you wanna intimidate the drunk old man? If you wanna intimidate the drunk old man. Otherwise, I assume you go
I feel
grocery
like this
shopping.
is a bad karma
Yeah,
route.
this is a pretty bad karma moment right here. We'll go. Well, it's not dramatically warranted right now. Yeah, we'll just continue on and go shopping.
Alright.
Unless if you start pissing on her shoes, then we intimidate him.
You eventually do find a little grocery store. It's pretty bare bones. It's like one shelf along a wall, and then on the other side, you just have the cashier sitting there. They blink asymmetrically at you, one eye at a time.
Great.
They've got that typical Innsmouth look where their neck kind of merges with the rest of their body. There's very little neck, big bulging eyes, balding. It's honestly just every time you see one, it's always unsettling.
Great. Right. We just came here to pick up some bread and cheese.
Yeah, you pick up some bread, you pick up some cheese, you make your way on back, and you get to the Gilman house, and you let yourself into the room with the groceries.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh, about time.
Sorry it took a while. We had to deal with an annoyance.
Well, Victoria, got something to eat now?
Thank you. She's like hold her hand out for like a portion of whatever you're gonna give her.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a pretty sizable portion for a kid, since she hasn't ate in a while to make up for it.
And she digs in with gusto through mouthfuls of the bread and the cheese. She's like, you guys are awfully nice.
I shrug. I lean over to Walters and, man, you should see some of the residents of this place. They got some kind of weird-ass incest thing going on. I think one of them had an ingrown head of some kind.
While they're saying that, Yannik just goes, now remember, make sure you keep that away from the maps or else you'll ruin them. And he just does the little playful forehead boop.
Well, and then, Walter gets up from his chair. So, did you boys find anything about, Patricia, or...
Nah, we found some drunk in the alleyway, but,
He seemed to sloshed, if you ask me. He said some really weird shit, though.
What kind of weird shit?
Yes, and we'll discuss that as we walk.
Alright, well, have a good one, Victoria. We'll be back soon enough, I'd say.
Bye!
I feel for that child, I really do.
You guys get out in the hall and I assume hit the streets, the investigation beginning all together now.
Should we make use of the vehicle or walk?
I feel like it's better to walk around. I mean, it's got to be annoying turning all those corners all the time with this labyrinth of a fucking town.
Fair enough.
This town was not built with cars in mind. Let it be known.
I think the architect that built this place must have been left-handed and dyslexic or something.
Ableist.
Left-handed or dyslexic.
Or just hasn't been updated for modern architecture and road work.
I mean, to be fair, Rome wasn't built with the most... Well, I'm thinking of London. London wasn't built with the most grid-like design.
Yeah, neither this place. All right, let's go. So, where are we going? I'm just looking for more locals to annoy.
The only lead that you have that is 100% solid is the Marsh family. So.
But I also want to find Patricia.
Unless you feel like finding that drunk again.
I mean, I could take a stab at trying to persuade.
Yeah, let's do that. And if worst comes to worst, well, we're pretty intimidating.
Give me a spot hidden because you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. Yeah. All right. So you go to the same spot you did last time, assuming he probably can't get too far. He was already kind of drunk, and moving while drunk, kind of difficult. So, especially at his age.
Yeah. Yep.
And you do some zigzags through some alleys in the area, kind of circling around, and you find him in another alley a few blocks away, sitting in a similar trash throne, you could say, to the last time. And the moment you walk up, this time with Walter in tow, he's like, "Oh man, I need to lay off the bottle, now there's 3 of ya."
Well, friend, I'm actually new, so don't worry, you're not seeing things. And Walter will kneel around towards him and like kind of like basically like a half seat on the ground.
Mm-mm.
Kneel beside him.
So my friends over here tell me that you might know a bit or two about this town based on some cryptic things you said.
I know a thing, maybe 2. What's it to you?
What would it be worth to you?
I don't know. What are you offering?
Well, apparently he doesn't take bribes.
Oh, you don't take bribes, huh? Would you take scotch?
He kind of looks to his, like, mostly empty bottle. You got any on ya?
I can get a hold of some.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And you say you're new in town. How you think you're gonna pull that off?
I have my ways. I'm a gentleman of great resource.
Right.
That being said, I am taking out a cigar and I'm smoking it.
Nah. I'm too old and too wise to the ways of this world to just do things for free, you know?
Everything requires a service or a price, and for you, I think I can get a hold of that price. What do you say, answer a few questions, and I'll see if I can get you something to help you sleep at night? He says, gesturing to his, like, bottle.
How about you get me something first, and then I could answer some questions?
I mean, friend,
what's to say I answer your questions, and then you just walk off and leave me be?
Well, my honor would be terribly ruined, and
I don't know who you are. I don't give a fuck about your honor.
Oh, I like you. But, you know, getting a product like that into a, frankly, shithole like this, it's gonna take a little bit, at least an afternoon. And I need answers now. If it helps at all, 2 bottles.
I'm going to ask, and as out over the game, are you trying to trick this man, or are you legitimately going to try to get him his bottles?
Trick.
Okay. In that case, you're rolling your fast talk.
Don't fail me. Hot success.
Oh, fuck yes.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I was setting it for a hard success, because the others have already interacted with this man and annoyed him, so he's not pleased. But, well, Walter King here is hard.
Walter King is always hard.
Walter King is the missing element of this conversation.
Honestly. He takes his bottle, drains the last of it, and then just throws it aside. It's like, alright, Mr. Honor-bound man. I'll play your game.
First off, you said something cryptic to my friends before about going missing.
What of it?
Well, what's the details? People go missing here often?
Yeah. People show up, people check into hotels, and then people don't come back. People go to the grocery store to pick up food for a little kid, and then they don't leave the grocery store. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And so, you seen the woman that my friends have been talking about?
From the way it sounds like, yeah.
I saw her.
Did she go to that grocer over there?
Yeah. And then she didn't come out. But that's pretty par for the course for folks in this town.
And what are you? You a resident? A vagrant that stumbles around and that no one cares about?
I'm just lucky's what I am.
It appears so. Lucky man is getting 2 bottles by the end of the day.
So the question is, do you have any more questions for Lucky here?
What do you know about the Marsh refinery and the Marsh family?
It's a little bit outside of town, run by the Marsh family. Trace their lineage back to the founding of the city. Pretty important people. Made the city the way it is. The way it was. Old Obed Marsh kicked the bucket, and it's all been downhill from there.
Has that been recent, or has that happened a while ago?
Years ago. Before the war.
So that far back, eh?
When I say the war, I don't mean what your German friend here probably fought in. I'm talking about the other war. Big ol' American brawl.
Yeah, the civil one.
That's the one.
That's pretty far back.
I still can't believe that's happened. Yannik says with a smirk on his face like, haha.
Funny words for some random German guy. What you doing in the States anyway?
Simple. I'm a doctor. That's what I do.
I'm gonna hold my tongue on this.
I help people live. Or, I guess since you mentioned Zevon, I help them die.
Well, yeah, help people, you say. You should help yourself and your friends here by getting out of town now, because this town is sick, I tell ya. It's sick, it's twisted, and it's just gonna eat you alive. And I don't mean that metaphorically.
Well, based on what you're telling me and us, you should too.
Too late for me. I've been here too long. Seen too much.
See. Wouldn't let you leave now, would they?
I try to leave, they'll just come and get me.
Don't suppose you can tell us some of the
And
things...
now that I've told you all this, well, one of us is gonna wind up going else somewhere. Whether it be you 3 disappearing like the lady, or they finally decide they've had enough of my shit. But I've done this song and dance a few dozen times in my years, so I'm feeling okay with my luck. You 3, on the other hand, well, I'd just say you should lock your doors when you go to sleep tonight. It kind of smiles when he says that.
Yannik can't help but chuckle. If only if we had locks.
Yeah, well, let's hope your luck holds out, my friend. And he gets up into a standing position. I think we have a shopkeeper to talk to.
Yes.
We should pull the car around.
Yeah.
Go get the car.
Yeah, we need to go get the car.
Yeah, I think we're walking away from Lucky at this point, and I just kind of whisper to them. Now, I'm all about using my luscious words and silver tongues, but if we're talking to that shopkeeper, and Miss Patricia never went out, I think a more daunting approach might be needed, and Walter kind of like subtly shows off like the handle of the 32 he has in his
Direct approach.
I have a gun.
Yannik pops his knuckles loudly.
That'll work too.
It's time for violence.
It's never easy, is it?
So you guys head back to the Gilman house, get in the car, and Yannik driving. Thankfully, Yannik already knows the directions, so you make your way over to the little general store that you got the bread and cheese from. And it's probably going on 3-ish, give or take? 2, 3?
Makes sense.
In that range. And as you pull up, you can see the shop owner has kind of opened the door and turned, and they seem to be closing up at 3 o'clock of all hours.
That's odd.
Mm-hmm.
Yannik, you want to stop that door from closing?
Yannik actually was way ahead of you. He gets out of the car, goes up, and does the whole boot in the door thing if they're just about to close the door.
They're already, by the time you're pulling up, locking the door.
Oh,
And
that.
assuming you park, they're just walking away.
Oh, okay, so they're out in the open.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, who wants to tap him on the shoulder?
Who go?
Not me, my intimidation's awful. I geared Walter to be a sweet talker and nothing else.
Okay, cool. I'm tapping on the shoulder then.
I think the strong German man should
Okay,
do
yeah.
it.
Yannick's going to walk up, and for clarification, is this a man or a woman?
You literally cannot tell. They're balding, I'll give you that much.
Cool, so
Are we pausing? For the sake of keeping Gregory present. Time freezes as Yannik is about to touch this thing. I am going to hurt them.
Hold on, Hold on. What's funny is during that moment when you were doing the persuading with the bum, I messaged Rutledge and I said, so who's going to be
Okay,
bad cop?
Yeah.
Alright. My audio's back. I'm gonna be the intimidating one. Yeah, I'll be the one.
The
That's...
concept that the scientist is that.
One who knows how to throw a punch.
True.
Yeah,
He's been in a bar fight. Or a lab fight.
yeah, lab fight. We get really rowdy in the labs.
Just for clarification, there's no one else out in the streets, is there?
I mean, not to your knowledge. No one's rolled any spot hiddens, and most of the residents try to keep away from you, as you've noticed.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if we took a glance without any your spot hidden rolls, there's no one.
Without
on the
making any
streets.
rolls, there's no one on the streets.
I'm going to roll spot hidden.
Yeah, you might have. Walter's been pretty paranoid about the watching, and if this guy's saying that there's that shit goes down here, I'm gonna roll spot hidden.
That's new.
Oh, I actually failed for once. That's new.
The taste of failure on my lips.
I mean, I've been rolling really well, so I'm not that bothered by it.
Yannik, giving the place a once over, you check windows and whatnot of some of the nearby buildings, and it seems you're mostly alone. The only other living beings that you can really peg right now are yourself, your buddies, and this shopkeep who's just, strolling along.
Cool. Yannick's going to tap him on the shoulder.
They turn to you, blinking asymmetrically. What?
Pardon me, I have some questions for you.
Why?
You wouldn't have to have known where a woman wearing a blue shirt happened to have gone to, would you?
They kind of very slowly blink. No. And they turn and just start walking again.
I'd spin him back around.
Give me a brawl. Because they're not gonna just let you do that.
I have a 35. I'm gonna throw 5 luck into this. Nope, that's a shame.
Okay. Yeah, you reach for them and they shrug you off and keep walking. They look over their shoulder, leave.
Not until we get a proper answer. I'm going to have my German grip now.
Oh boy. As you reach out for them, this time instead of just kind of shrugging off, they actually start to run. And this is it. We've once again entered a chase scene, children. It's happening. So, to the chase chart. So, you make con saves to begin with to see what your movement allowance is.
So just roll con.
Yep.
Fail.
Unfortunately, that lowers your speed by 1, so...
I think I moved pretty fast last time, though, so...
Yeah. A con for them... Oh, fuck. Okay.
They rolled well, I'm guessing.
Hey, they rolled a 17. I'm not gonna lie. Which I think means they move 1 faster than normal now.
At least Yannik rolled well.
I did too.
What does that make your movement? Okay, no, it's only on an extreme success they get +1. Okay, so what's everyone's movement allowance? Because that will determine if we're actually starting a chase or if this person's just too fast for you.
Movement
I have 7.
is 7.
Yeah, do I get lowered by 1?
Yeah, since you failed, yours is 1 less.
Okay, so it's normally 8, but now it's 7.
7. Unfortunately for all of you, this fella has a movement speed of 8, and since they've passed and kept their 8, they are faster than you, and they quickly take off through the streets, taking turns faster than you can even comprehend, and just lose you in the labyrinth that this city is.
Shit.
So, back to Innsmouth.
Oh, it ended that quickly. Wow.
Yeah, because we can't keep up.
Damn.
You couldn't keep
I
up.
had a chance, but if I didn't fail my fucking check, I would have been able to keep pace at least.
Yeah, if he passed his check, he could have kept up.
Well, that was a fucking blunder.
Yep.
Terrible shame.
So if I see that fucking fish man again, I'm gonna fucking kneecap him.
Rage. So unfortunately, you have lost that one.
Yeah. You know what? I see a few possibilities for us. We can go check out the Marsh thing, follow the lead we're actually here for, or we can break to that fucking shop.
A little bit of B&E.
I suppose we definitely could, but I don't know if we should do that in daylight.
How much is it actually? Like, even I know it's like
It's
daylight
like
and
it's
stuff.
like 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5. But like, is Innsmouth different? Is it cloudy? Is it rainy or something?
It's 3:30. It's overcast right now, but it's still, daylight. Sun's not going to be set until near 8.
Yannik looks and goes, "Where we come from? Oh, well, for me, this would be warranted. The person's too suspicious, but let's do it later."
Yeah, this town's a little too suspicious. Do we know
Everything
how?
about this town sucks.
All right. Look, I honestly don't feel safe about leaving Victoria alone now. Well, never.
Same.
I don't know. Do we know how long it would take to get to like the Marsh refinery?
It'd only take you probably like 45 minutes, and since you have a car, probably less.
Yeah.
You could probably drive out that way, 20-ish,
Alright.
10 minutes.
What I'm worried about is that, we can take off to the refinery and all that, but we be leaving a little girl alone by herself.
Oh, great.
Leave her the gun.
Awful idea.
She's bright. I'm sure she can figure it out.
Here, child.
That's another message in this podcast. Don't hand guns to kids.
So a quick question, Yannik, did we actually go to get your machete? I'm trying to remember.
No, that would have taken an extra few hours. You wouldn't have been showing up down here until, late.
That's why it's the home defense machete.
Feldman brought the crowbar though, right?
Yeah, I brought the crowbar.
Yeah, he does have a crowbar.
Or we could always handle the blunt instrument.
You have, a carrying bag, right, Gregory?
Yeah.
That's what you keep the crowbar in, so it's not, obvious.
Here's the list of things that I brought. Crowbar, pack
I
of
don't
gum,
need the
shoulder
list.
bag, shampoo, laxative, flashlight and batteries, and overcoat. Fuck you, you got it anyway.
And you guys complained to me about my reading.
I read super fast, though.
Okay, children, calm down.
No, fuck you.
You're rude.
Maybe it's a bit of a stretch. I think we could just bring Victoria with us and just leave her in the car.
Crack the window.
Yannick's not comfortable with that as much of anything.
Well,
Could just bring the kid with you.
I mean, at least the car has a lock on it.
yeah, that's what I mean. Bring her with us and then just just make sure she's safe and then come back later.
I feel like I'm outdone 2-1. And Yannik will, once when getting back to the vehicle, he'll preemptively turn the wheel around and then start the car.
I mean, Feldman, are you alright with that? I just don't feel comfortable leaving the little girl by herself, especially if a woman walked into a general store and then just disappeared forever.
Forever.
I mean, probably not forever, but it just
For
disappeared.
now.
Yeah, in broad daylight.
So, is the party going back to the Gilman house to grab Victoria?
Yeah.
Alright. So y'all get into the old car, kick over the engine. With a bit of a sigh and some grumbling, you drive back to the Gilman.
Am I crazy? I just feel really I feel like it's like if we leave her there, something bad's gonna happen.
No, same.
I mean, yes, something bad will happen.
Wait, you said that with like a question mark at the end.
Everyone looks at the keeper.
Yeah.
I'm questioning whether we need to actually ask that question of whether something bad will happen. The answer is yes.
Yes.
Aw, do you guys really think I'm such a villain that I would do something to an innocent child?
Yes.
Yes.
In a Call of Cthulhu campaign, yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. Glad we've got the mood set right there. Anyway, you get to the Gilman, you walk in, the old lady watches you as you walk through the like little foyer and up the stairs. You knock on the door, I assume, and you hear her, "Hello?
Hi, Victoria, it's us again.
Hi, you can come in. There aren't any blocks on the doors."
Yep, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
And Walter walks in with the gang.
With a machete. No.
No, if only
Where'd that come from?
if I had the safety machete.
He hopes and he dreams someday.
Hide it in the car next time.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen now.
Just keep it in the boot.
Keep it in the boot. I don't think it'll fit.
It's a machete.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Oh, wait, no, you don't understand. Boot as in trunk, my guy.
Yes, okay.
What if there's a luck roll that maybe I did leave it there?
You better roll a fucking one.
You know, I'll allow this. I'll be
Please.
nice.
Please roll well.
Okay.
Nah.
That was asking too much.
Nah,
Yes, it was. And the game responded
it's
in no.
feasible.
We both know you didn't.
Everyone is well aware that Yannik has left it in Salem. He has said it out loud multiple times. But what if he didn't?
I am also known as a liar.
Walter will go, Victoria, you might want to sit down for this.
Okay. She just kind of plops down onto the bed. So?
We went looking around for Patricia, and unfortunately we didn't find anything.
Oh.
Yeah, we think that something's is up in this town. I'm not gonna lie to you. You seem like a smart kid, and things I think might get bad. So, and I'm really hoping this comes off not as creepy as it's gonna sound, but I don't feel safe leaving you here by yourself, especially when the hotel rooms have any locks on the doors, and now that your nanny is currently missing.
And that I'm in agreement with.
Then what do I do?
And here's where it sounds gonna get kind of creepy, I'm being honest. I don't feel comfortable fully saying it, but Bacon, we're gonna head out to a refinery for a part of our, private investigation, and we were hoping that maybe you just accompany us for the trip, and then we'll just come back here when that part of the investigation is over, just so we can keep an eye on you so nothing bad happens. If you're worried about Patricia or something coming back, you can just leave a note or something, but
Give me a persuasion with a bonus die.
I feel good, but I feel like this is one of those times where it's gonna fuck up. Okay.
Hey, roll it again. You might get a better success.
Yeah, maybe you'll get like an extreme.
Okay, that's worse.
Nope. Wow. That would have been a failure. Woo!
And that would have been sad.
Tragedy has struck Innsmouth today.
Innsmouth is a tragedy.
That was a pretty close success, and I feel like that's appropriate for what Walter's asking.
So Victoria will quickly kind of get up and run to a desk and pull out a paper and a pencil and start writing down something. And after like a minute, give or take, she quickly runs back to you guys. Like, so where are we going?
Well, we're going to a gold refinery, so hopefully some of that geography will be something interesting. But we're heading there. We're going to be talking to a man there about something that's happening in Arkham. And but as soon as that's done, we'll be coming right back.
Okay. Then let's get going. Did you drive here?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna go into the car and all belly fit.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching up to the end of the podcast. You get a free breath of fresh air on me. No, don't breathe on me. That's not what I meant. Anyway, the next podcast will be out the 29th of November, which will be the end of the third session of the game that we actually did. We have, as of this moment, 4 sessions in total that range about 3 to 4 hours, and due to Jarrod's scheduling, hasn't been able to host in about a month now? I think about a month. So we're slowly catching up on where we left off. We always seem to have a backlog of episodes, but if we get to a point where I've caught up entirely with what we have recorded, I will inform you that we simply haven't had a session in a while and won't put out a podcast. That's just how it'll be. And I say this every time at the end of the podcast, but you don't want to miss the next episode. Trust me, it's gonna be good. Anyway, I gotta go. I have to go water my cat. So see ya.